We got some messy, messy cheaters. And what do we say about cheaters on this channel? If you can't stay loyal, stay single.
Like 3 years? Let me be quiet too, because 3 years. Like, what is you doing? So you finna my best friend?
With your best friend?
Right here, 355. And I'm gonna rush his ass.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared. Cover the peephole.
What's up? Come on.
What's up?
Oh.
What's up? What's up? So this what you doing, Brian? This what the you doing, my best friend? My best friend? But what the is your problem, bro?
That's the best
You
friend.
got me so up. My best friend, you was really finna my best friend, boy. Bro, how the you even got bread to buy a room for her? How the you got bread? You can't help me with a bill, though.
People next door, man.
I don't give a.
Oh my god.
I don't give no. If you was finna my best friend, ain't no fucking telling what the you been doing out here. You gotta be hella. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? And you ain't got shit to say. You ain't got shit to say. Nah. They finna see your ass today. They finna see your ass today. I had to pay my best friend $50 just to act like she was finna your ass, and you was finna go through with it. Boy, you come so up, my man. That 3 years, 3 years, my 3 years, and you want to give me this disloyalty? That's crazy. That's crazy. Disloyal than a mother. That's so crazy, bro. Like you got me so.
Oh, that's so sad.
So up. Man, what the f is you talking about, bro? I've been holding your ass down for 3 years. So what the f you talking about? Man, what you, bro? I look. I don't got time for this shit, bro. What the f are you talking about? What the f you talking about?
You want to tell her or should I tell you?
So what? It ain't nothing to say.
Hey, dumb man. Tell her.
Oh, what? Why you bringing me into this? This ain't nothing to do with me.
Yo, tell me what?
Man, B, I got the messages. I'm just saying, like.
Now, I didn't want to make the situation worse for her by bringing up the very obvious fact. How in on it was the girlfriend. I don't know why you had to pay her $50 to go along with it. If a best friend was in on the plan, she'd probably do it for free. I was like, I think there might be something more here between them. And like the best friend's not over here all innocent either. So yeah, by the end, I think there's more to the story. If my man reached out to my best friend like that, you think I gotta pay my best friend $50? Oh my God, we're going in. I will give you an Oscar-worthy performance, baby. I'm very toxic, obviously. On that note, cheers. Grab your beverage of choice. I will encourage water. This is iced green tea. I make it myself. I put up a little batch. It's delicious. Cheers. Oh God, at parents' house. This is gonna be messy family drama. You want family drama? This is some Jerry Springer right here.
Hi. Yeah, is Tracy here? Tracy? No, Tracy here?
How old is Tracy?
I'm not too sure how old she is, but she's got my husband with her, so I'm looking for my husband.
Okay, people that live next door have a daughter named Tracy, but Tracy doesn't live there.
Okay. My husband's car's right over there, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. You're knocking door to door trying to find your cheating husband and Tracy. Oh, this is good.
Hi. How you doing?
Good.
Looking for my husband.
Your husband?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey. Not here. Not here.
She's sending him naked photos.
Not here.
Have fun getting home. Hey, sweeties.
Wait.
Oh! Guys, like, was that not the best video I've ever provided on this channel? I don't know. I have no reason to take credit for it, but you know what I'm saying? That was gold. She was just sweet as a peach. Hi there. Looking for my husband. Backhanded. She, your daughter, is sending him naked pictures. Have fun getting home. Oh my God. Who are you? Oh, man doesn't have her actual username. I just wanted to message her and tell her that she's my hero.
This is part one of me finding my fiance naked with his married coworker on my wedding day. So we started dating in 2014 and we were supposed to get married September 30th, 2017.
Ma'am, you could shut down the whole internet with that one sentence. Cut naked on wedding day with ex or something? Like, whoa.
In the days leading up to the wedding, it was 5 days before, like something just not right with this one girl that he worked with. And I asked him about it. He's like, you're crazy. There's nothing going on, yada, yada. 5 days before the wedding, he's like, you don't trust me enough to get married. We need to postpone. Like, my whole life is falling apart, or that's how I felt at that time. We had met with our marriage counselors and they were like, Kirsten, there's nothing going on. Like, he says there's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. We call off the wedding. I'm like very anxiety ridden because I'm like, okay, either he's cheating on me or like I've completely lost touch with reality. We made the decision that we would remain together and work on building trust. He told me that like it was my fault that we weren't gonna get married and it was just because I didn't trust him enough. So anyway, fast forward, it's September 30th, our wedding day, and I unlocked the door to the house that I had bought for us. So he had none of his own money in the house. I did the entire down payment, put it in both of our names. So I unlocked the door to this house and walk inside and he is butt naked.
Girl, is there another part? Is there another part? What is going on? Well, you found them naked. You did say that in the beginning, so we get the gist. You found them naked with that coworker. Isn't that funny? Like, why, sir, why waste your own time going to counseling to build trust, knowing what you're doing? That's a sick individual. Sick.
So I just got home from dinner and I have been trying to decide if I even wanted to talk about this at all because it's horrible, but this past week an Amber Alert revealed that my boyfriend of a year and a half has been cheating on me. The boyfriend that I was building a life with.
Wow, tell me.
Picking out rings and shutter colors with. So an Amber Alert went off on my phone. My boyfriend was out at a beer with the boys before immediately going to the airport. He had been acting super strange. So when this Amber Alert goes off, I go in the bedroom. I immediately smell cologne. Weird to put cologne on to go out for beers with the boys. So I see the Amber Alert is going off on the watch. I go to silence it. I've already tried to call him twice. No answer. Earlier that morning, I had sniffed my pillow because I just felt like something was off. He called me crazy. He said I was a psycho. I looked around the room. I felt like things had been moved. I felt like my sink, all my stuff under the sink had been moved. Called me absolutely crazy. So I pick up his Apple Watch, I silence the notification, and I immediately get an "I miss you already" text. It is the girl that he has been in a full-on relationship for the past 2 weeks. Like, good morning, beautiful, I miss you, I'm in it for the long haul, blah, 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 text. All the while, he's laying his beautiful little head beside me every night, still planning our lives. So this is a full-on dual relationship, like dual life, mastermind, next level amount of deception type of shit. So when I get that text, I obviously scroll through all the texts and everything comes out. Not only is it her, it's other women too. But she's obviously getting the crux of it. She's getting the copy and paste of the love bombing that I got last year. So granted, my entire life has flashed before my eyes and every gut instinct I've ever had has just been like put in blinding lights. So yeah, that was my week.
This is a prime example of trust your gut, you guys. Always trust your gut, because it's always those situations when you look back and you're like, oh, I freaking knew it. There was part of me, there was something that was like, something isn't right here, and then you don't listen to it, and then you look back on it and wish you listened to it. Always trust your gut. Doesn't matter what it's about. Trust your freaking gut. Need a little lippy. I don't know why accents come out of my mouth. They're all terrible, but they just do. Like, life is more fun with accents. I'm so jealous of anyone who has one.
So this girl I know found out she got cheated on because one day she was just ordering Postmates for her and her boyfriend on his phone, and she realized that the last saved address was an address she did not recognize. Like, it was not his address, it was not hers. So she goes to his order history. The last time he had ordered was a week prior when she was out of town, and it was to that address. She was like, whose address is this? And he was like, oh, just this guy from work. We went over to his house after work last week to play video games while you were out of town. She was like, since when have you ever hung out with somebody from work? I was like, whatever, just try to let it go, move on. But over time, she just had this gut feeling that something was so off. So what did she decide to do? She pulled up on the house. She literally went to this house, knocked on the door. This girl opens the door and she's like, "Hi, I'm so-and-so's girlfriend. Like, do you know him?" This girl was like, "His girlfriend? What? Yes, I know him. We work together." Basically tells her that they had been hooking up 4 months and had no idea that he had a girlfriend or anything. Can anyone tell me about a time when a girl's intuition has ever been wrong?
Guys, I feel like after watching this video, every single one of us in very happy relationships are starting to be like, "Let me see your last Uber address. Let me see it." God, these videos are gonna make us all insecure.
I'm back in my hometown. I decided I'm gonna tell you guys the story of how I found my college ex-boyfriend cheating on me on Thanksgiving. So my ex and I were doing Thanksgiving at my uncle's house, and then we were gonna go to his aunt and uncle's house. We were just splitting them up. My ex was driving us to his uncle's house, and he was like, "Hey, can you text my cousin the address?" And I found that super weird because I don't know his cousin, nor do I have his cousin's phone number in my phone whatsoever. And my ex would normally just like let me take his phone to text his cousin to figure out what the address was. So I'm like, "Babe, just give me your phone because I don't have your cousin's number, so I'm just gonna text him from your phone." As soon as I say this, I see him swiping to delete a message. I'm like, absolutely fucking not. I grabbed that phone so quickly to see that he was texting another woman. Keep in mind, my ex is driving at this time and he's freaking the out. I'm like, who is this? Who is this? And he's not telling me anything. He's lying to me. And I could just like tell that he was lying to me. So I decide to text her like I'm him. He told me he met her at school, and I text her and I'm like, "I love the story of how we met. Can you tell me again?" Like pretending to be him. He's like, "We met at that charity event." And I look at him, I'm like, "Really?
I'm dead.
You're trying to f another bitch while you're supposed to be helping kids with cancer? Really?" So then I'm texting her and I'm like, "Have I ever told you?" Really? I'm like, "Have I ever told you how beautiful you are?" She's like, "You tell me I'm beautiful every day." I'm like, "Really? I tell you you're beautiful every day." Babe, really? Every day? So then I'm like, "Have I told you that we really need to hang out?" And she's like, "You've been talking about it for a while that we should really go on a date." And I'm like, "F this, I'm done." And so I look at my ex, I'm like, "F this, I'm done." I throw his phone at him. I'm like, "Forget it, we're done. Take me back home. I'm not going to your uncle's house whatsoever. I'm done with you. Like, we're no longer together." This man starts losing his mind, screaming, crying while he's driving. So he's swerving on the highway and I'm like I'm literally about to die at this point. Like, "No, we can't be done. We can't be done." Like bawling his eyes out, like you know how they do when they've been caught cheating and they somehow start crying. I don't give a f. Take me home right now. He's like, "No, we're not going home." I'm like, okay, he's literally gonna kill me. Because he's fully swerving on the highway and he's not giving a single f. So I'm like, okay, like
you can't cheat on me and kill me.
Just take me back to my condo, literally my mom's house, because we can just like talk through this. We can just like walk through this. I know you're gonna hate me, but go to part 2.
I do hate that, but honestly, that part is all I needed. God, it's always a phone, you guys. It's always a phone. That is why I always say I am so happy I got to experience high school before cell phones and social media. Facebook came out at the end of high school and like no one really used it all that much. I didn't have a cell phone. I wasn't texting people. Like a few kids in high school started getting cell phones, but not everyone. So like I didn't text people. I am so happy that I grew up and got to experience life before social media and cell phones. I miss those times. But then again, we wouldn't have all this, you know?
Guys, I've been unintentionally gatekeeping this story, and now it's time. About a month ago, I went on a first date with a man I had met on Hinge. We'd been talking for like almost a month.
Oh my God.
Before I went on this first date. On our first date, he told me he had been separated for 2 years and divorced for 2 months, which felt a little quick to me. Yeah. I've shared with him that I had been recently love bombed and that I was like really trying to slow things down on the dating front and take things really slow because I learned my lesson. Right after the first date, next day he immediately asked me on a second date. I'm like, "No, don't want to move too quickly." Ask me on a date for the next day. No, don't want to move too quickly. Tuesday comes around. He's like, "Do you want to go on a date tomorrow?" Meaning Wednesday. I was like, "Look at you planning in advance. Let's do it." I said yes to Wednesday. I had plans that Tuesday night to go over to a friend's house for a going away party, and he texted me and was like, hey, I can't wait until tomorrow to see you. Do you want to just grab quick drinks before your going away party? And I was like, yeah, that'd be great.
Oh.
So we go out to drinks at this awesome spot in DC, and while we're sitting there, we're having normal conversation, and I'm joking about the fact that he is 36 because I always find myself dating people in the age range 34 to 36. It's just like my sweet spot. And he's like, well, actually, I have to tell you something. I'm actually 39. My age is wrong on my Hinge. And I was like, do you think I'm stupid? If you got divorced 2 months ago and that's when you made your Hinge, you were lying. If you made it back when you were 36, you were cheating on your wife. So what? Also, I'm pretty sure your Hinge updates every year, like as you get older. Like I'm pretty sure it changes by itself. So I was like, what the that's so weird of you. I literally demanded he show me his physical ID because I thought that was so weird. And I was really creeped out. And honestly, I should have been out then. So I see his ID, he's actually 39, and I say to him, this is so weird of you. There's no good time when you're dating girls on Hinge to tell them that you're not the age you put on your profile. Like, you could tell them in that first message, or you could tell them, like, when on your wedding day, and no matter what.
Or just change it on your profile.
That's never gonna be a normal conversation that girls are just okay with. Like, just make it your regular age. Obviously, you're trying to show up on Hinge for, like, young women who you can, whatever. Anyway, so we finish drinks, we kiss, it's a good time. He goes home, I go to my friend's going away party, and I pose a question to the group. I'm like, hey, he lied to me about his age. It feels kind of sus. What does everyone think? My best friend, who was right, is like, get out of that situation. That is freaky, girl. But all my other friends at the party were kind of like, oh, you're just collecting data. Like, that's a first data point. Like, yes, that's concerning, but why don't you collect more data and see how you feel about the guy? Because at the time, I really liked him. We had great chemistry. He was super attractive. Like, we just vibed. But also, like, maybe part of that vibe and part of why that was exciting is because I could sense, like, something was off, or, like, we had that chemistry because, like, there was that excitement and spark. But, like, a lot of the time, like, good, healthy relationships start, like, more of a slow burn, or, like, with a friendship. Like, I should have known that that spark was indicative of, like, there's something wrong here. So now it's Wednesday. It's time for our pre-planned date. And the first 2 dates he had come into DC for me. He lives in Maryland. So I said, hey, I'd be happy to come out to Maryland for you. I feel badly that you're always coming to DC. And he was like, well, you don't have a car. And I was like, I have a Metro card. And have you ever heard of that Uber? Or do 36-year-olds not know about Uber? He was like, oh, I have a surprise for you. Be ready at 7.
He doesn't want you going over there.
Rom-com was like, this is so cute and romantic. I'm so excited. Dumb, dumb, dumb. So he comes, he picks me up in his car. I'm like, wow, this is like a real date. He's picking me up, he's driving me to the place. And it's all a surprise. I don't even know where we're going. He takes me to this restaurant in DC called Mercy Me. Food was incredible. And I'm like, thank you so much for dinner. Like, was this a surprise? And he's like, no, I have one more surprise. This man proceeds to say, oh, I have to work in Arlington tomorrow. So I decided to spend the night in DC so I don't have to schlep all the way from Maryland to Arlington for work at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Spending the night in DC, got a hotel room. But what he didn't do was ask me to stay over with him. Like, he's that good. Like, he didn't ever explicitly ask that. He made me think it was my decision. So dinner ends, we like go to a bar, we grab a couple of drinks. I'm not even drinking. I'm literally like dead sober and I made these decisions. But we walk out of the restaurant, he's like, do you want me to drive you home or do you want to come up to my hotel room? And I was like, I could use a hotel room tour. Go, hotel room tour, one thing leads to another. Take that as you will.
I'm only laughing because of what she put on the screen.
I wake up in the morning at my own house. I'm on a high. I'm like, last night was so amazing. He's texting me. I'm like, we're getting married. But then I'm sitting there and I'm thinking really hard about it. And where he lives in Maryland is like 30 minutes from me. And Arlington is like 20 minutes from me. And I don't understand logically why someone would get a hotel in the city to not have to drive an extra 20 minutes in the morning. Something's not adding up. My spidey senses, something was wrong. My gut, women's intuition, something was off. I start thinking. I offered to come to his. He lives in his own house. I, live in a house with 3 roommates.
His wife is
there. The only reason I wouldn't want someone to come to my house would be if I was still living with my wife. So that activates the crazy in me. And I go to the internet and I pay for a background check, $25. Highly recommend doing that. Honestly, do it before your first dates. I should have done it way, way back. And I find every single thing about this man, right? Like his entire family, every address he's lived in since his college dorm, every traffic citation he's ever gotten, every piece of dirt on this man. And you know what isn't there? divorce papers. So I start freaking out. I'm like,
that's genius.
Why are there no divorce papers? Could they be sealed? Like, are divorce papers even public record? I've never been divorced. I call the Maryland County court system and I ask them, hi, do you have any divorce records under his name and his wife's maiden name? They don't have any. I say, can you tell me if there's a sealed record under either of their names? They say, yes, we can tell you if there's a record, but we can't tell you what's in it. I said, awesome. Do you have records under either of these names? No records in the state of Maryland. I contact my family friend who's a lawyer. I say, hey, do you have to get divorced in the state where you're living? And they said, yeah, you have to get divorced in the state where either you or your partner is living. And I had both their names on the lease of their home address from my background check. I knew they both lived in the state of Maryland since 2012. If they had gotten a divorce, it would be in the Maryland court system. So I'm realizing this man is married. So what do? I go on Facebook and I post in the Are We Dating the Same Guy DC Facebook group. I say, hey, this is Danny.
Shut up.
And I include a picture of him. I say, he lied about me to his age. Something feels sus. I tell the whole hotel story and ask anyone if they know anything. Within an hour, my post is blown up. Hundreds of women commenting how sus the hotel thing is and that it's happened to them before. He's definitely married and cheating. A couple hours later, a comment comes in.
His wife.
Hi, I'm the wife. Call me.
I was so invested in that. I don't know if I looked at the camera once because I was just so invested in her storytelling.
Get ready with me while I tell you how my ex cheated on me. Oh God. Here's a Prime Video to celebrate the launch of Wilderness, and it's about cheating.
Guys, this is actually a big influencer. I recognize her name because I'm like, wait a second. She's like a celebrity online. Girl, we're doing a sponsored post telling us the story.
Tied in perfectly with how my ex cheated on me. Never told this story before, so we were in a long distance relationship. He came to visit me from Paris to London. I thought it would be a really good idea to greet him with a literal plaque, basically standing like an idiot at King's Cross Station. He comes out the Eurostar, it's all cute and romantic. Go back to my family home, bear in mind, and we have a nice evening together. The next morning comes and he wakes up really early and he was like, babe, I need to go meet up with some friends. And I said to him, you don't have any friends in London. He goes on to say, oh no, I made some friends in Paris and they want to see me. And I was like, a bit weird, but okay, go see your friends. So I get on with my day and it gets to 6 p.m. and I'm like, are you gonna come home? He was like, oh, I'm running a bit late. Finally gets home at like 7 p.m. Me being delusional again, I was like, okay, fine, whatever. But then we go to bed. And I swear to God, in the 2 years of us being together, I had never even thought about going through his phone. But my gut was screaming at me. So he goes to sleep. And for about 20 minutes, I'm praying that I would not find anything because I was so in love with this man. I go to his side of the bed and I go to WhatsApp. Not even a girl's name, a nickname. My Sexy Tourist. My heart fell through my chest. Texts on texts. My heart broke in that moment, I'm not gonna lie. He had obviously met this girl in Paris and had been seeing her. He was like, Kiara, I can't help, I met someone else. The first thing he said to me. At this point, I nearly called the police on him. He obviously then apologized and was like, no, I love you so much. I was like, get out of my house. It was the worst night of my entire life. Anyway, yeah, so I can tell you this now because I'm over it. But yeah, that was a whirlwind. Because Wilderness is about cheating, it was like, I need to tell my story now.
My Sexy Tourist. You know, you could have just been single. Like, you could have just flown to Paris to be with your sexy tourist. I don't understand. Why do people need more than one? Oh, my ears. He caught his girlfriend cheating on him, so he destroyed the Range Rover he bought for her on her birthday. Or we could keep it, or possibly sell it. You got that much money to waste? Who's allowing this to happen? Who's allowing that to happen? We'll take it. There's a lot of people out here who will gladly take that off your hands, sir. Oh my God.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing?
You're meant to be in London. This is the business trip. Are you for real? Is this real? Is this a joke? Is this a joke? Adam! Well, say something for God's sake. What are you doing here? Let me see who you are. Who are you?
Adam, what's the shouting?
I'm his missus, is what the shouting is. I'm his missus. Yes.
Mrs. Delivery Driver. We have the food.
Wait, what?
Are you for real? real. We live together. We live together.
I've seen
lived
this.
together for about 3 years now, and he told me that he was on a business trip. And I'm just kidding. I'm not joking you. I'm not joking you. How long's he been with you? 2 months now. You pig! You're not still here. Good. You're not coming home. Where can I go then? You can go to the gutter where you belong, you filthy pig.
I say I don't know how I would act when finding out that someone cheated on me, but I have indeed been in that moment, but it wasn't like this. Imagine, here's your delivery. It's my partner. That's supposed to be on a business trip. Can't imagine. I would see red. I would see red. I say that though. But when I found out, no, I saw red. I saw red, but like I was just so sad. It wasn't even anger. It was depression.
Right there. There it goes. There's my Xbox.
Oh.
I wasn't cheating on you, that's a lie.
You just told me you were talking to...
It's a fucking lie. I talked to fucking Liz.
No, you told me you talked to Raven.
I wasn't cheating on you.
You told me you were talking to Raven, your ex. You just broke my Xbox. All right, and he's breaking that too. Once they call the cops, I have evidence of him breaking my shit.
Girl, please be careful. You're gonna leave me like that? Are you okay? There's a second part to this. Okay, we have some text messages. Someone asked on the video, do you have evidence of him cheating? This is what she posted. So in the screenshot, I see, I had a really fun time tonight. Thank you, heart. So there's obviously something there. And let's read this. Oh, okay, yeah. No, that was like the other day. I went with him because I think I met him online or something, but we went out to dinner and it was weird. I deleted his stuff after, LMAO. The name honestly didn't ring a bell, but yeah, no, F that. Honestly, I just don't want any part of it whatsoever. Y'all got going on, so yeah, just keep me out of it, thanks. You got my word, I won't mention you again or even hit you up. I will ask if I could follow you because your feed is pretty. Sorry again for the weird intro. So she probably reached out to this girl being like, I saw you were messaging my boyfriend. And then she said, we went out to dinner. So he in fact was cheating and he in fact is a psycho. So please call the cops and get a restraining order. That anger, that is not to be taken lightly. You guys. That is why we say, if you can't, stay loyal, stay single, and that is why I say trust nobody. Stay classy out there, stay sassy. I'll see you tomorrow.